Alright, well, you're here for one reason and one reason only. You want to start a Minecraft server. I'm going to show you how to do that. We're going to get started by downloading Essentials, show you how to do that, what you need, what you don't need, what you might want, what you might not want. Storage methods, I guess there's only one for Essentials. Going to do that. We run a server called SMP Unlimited. That is not this server, obviously. Usually has about 10-15 people on during the weekdays. Weeknights usually gets up to like 20-25. So not a huge server, but we're pretty happy with the success we've had. Everyone over there is super friendly. We're really lucky with that. And yeah, it's just kind of overall one of those things. It's worked out for us, and I'd like to try to help other people do the same. So let's hop over to the Essentials website and see what we're working with. Alright, so you will find yourself over here on EssentialsX.net. This is the official website. This is the website to download it from. Any other website, maybe not so much. Maybe Spigot MC would be safe. CurseForge, I suppose. But anyways, yeah, they just kind of have some basic stuff here. They have a wiki, super helpful. I'd check that out. Definitely something, or I should say a good habit to get into if you're going to start a server. Start reading the wikis. They help a lot. Forum access as well, Patreon page if you're the type of person that likes to support things like this. It's a pretty cool community project and a very helpful plugin. Anyways, let's go over to the downloads here. You're going to need three things from this page. So EssentialsX, download that. Essentials Chat and Essentials Spawn. Let's download those two as well. I already have them downloaded, but just for tutorial purposes, I suppose, gonna download them. Essentials anti-build is pretty much rendered useless by WorldGuard. Same thing with Essentials Protect. In these two, I'm really not familiar with what they do. Never used them, never had to with server. Most tutorials on Essentials are gonna tell you you don't need them. But if you do have an application you're interested in using them for, maybe Dynmap or something, I would check these out, look up a tutorial, and just, yeah, make sure you don't need them for a certain plugin. But yeah, anyways, so for the basic essentials, we have our three here. Let's hop over to the home page. Alright, my home page is a mess, but let's go into FileZilla. You might be using a file manager, something like this, with your server setup. I'm not sure if you're using cloud hosting or you have a pterodactyl panel set up, or you know, kind of what you're working with. But generally it should be something that looks like this. Here are my plugins, or at least their data. Just kind of familiarize yourself. And here are the actual plugins. Here are the files that will run when the server accesses the plugin. As you can see, I already have EssentialsX, just the basic plugin, EssentialsX Chat, and EssentialsX Spawn. So all you'd have to do if you wanted to do this server side would be drag these on in here. I'm not going to do that because I already have them downloaded. I don't want duplicates. If you wanted to do this through a file manager, just, you know, add your stuff and quick connect. And here you are. So go into your plugins and same thing. This is the same setup as right over here. At some point I'll do a video on how to set up FileZilla. It's pretty simple, but I mean, it might be helpful for some people. So anyways, we'll kind of minimize that, drag these on over here. This is how I do it. Some people might call me stupid for doing it this way. I wouldn't blame them. I wouldn't blame them at all, because this seems like kind of a stupid way to do it. But how I like to do it. Anyways, highlight those up, drag them on in there. Don't drag them into the folders, that'll cause problems. Just want to drag them in there with the other jars. Put that back there because I already have these jars. So let's go back into Minecraft and see what Minecraft looks like with unconfigured Essentials just installed, plug and play. And we will then go over configs after that. Alright, so hopping over into our servers here. Here's our server, IP, if you want to join. It's a cool little server. Alright, so hop into this server here. This is where we just installed Essentials, so let's see what that looks like. Well, that's not very interesting. What can we do about that? Let's hop back out of the server, and wherever you manage your server, just turn that off because we're going to be making some changes. Alright, so depending upon where you like to make your server changes from, you know, your file manager, your SFTP manager, let's show you how to do this here. So hop into our plugins, and I don't have Essentials. Let's restart my SFTP manager. And one more time, there she is. Alright, so we have a lot of stuff here, kind of seems overwhelming. I promise it's not. Let's go over each one quick. I'll run them down and then we'll go into the config. Custom items, you can kind of set up names for each specific item in your server. Corresponds to the items.json. Kits, here is where you can set up like starter kits. Players would issue the command /kits and then starter, tools, whatever kit you set up. Let's go into Notepad++ here. This is a super helpful tool for setting up server configurations, plugins, and just reading code, making sure it's typed out properly, I suppose. But anyways, you can see here, the server does come with a few just not sure what this is. The server does just come up with a few pre-made kits. So they'll usually just have the tools option and maybe the notch option. So you'll want to get rid of those, the firework option as well. I believe those all come default. So let's get out of here. Now next down to the MOTD. This is what'll pop up when you... I don't know why I just did that. This is what'll pop up when you join a server, if you have it configured. When you first join your server after installing Essentials, there will be no MOTD file. The server will have to generate that. So what I have here is just a pre-made MOTD file. Let's add that, and I'll show you when we get back in what that looks like. Join back up, we'll have a custom MOTD. Now let's go into the config. And messy screen, into the config. Alright, so let's go over each one of these. It's kind of long, as you can see, but not everything's needed. I mean, we didn't install anti-build, and we did not install EssentialsX Protect. That's a big portion of it. So let's start from the top. Ops name color. So when you OP yourself and you make yourself a server operator, this is the color code that your name will show up as. Speaking of that, let's go over to formatting codes. So as you can see here, it's listed as 4. 4 corresponds to dark red. So my name will show up as dark red in the server when I'm OP'd, unless changed elsewhere. Nickname prefix, this is just what will appear before somebody's nickname, if they have a nickname. Max nickname length, you probably want to keep this kind of short. You don't really want people making really long, obnoxious nicknames in your server. Could be a problem. Blacklist nicknames, use a naughty words list, always helps. Ignore colors. That'll just do what it states. I mean, a lot of these are self-explanatory. Read the hashed code. Read the hashed code. That'll help you out a lot. Change display name. Does what it says. Let's keep going. Teleport safety. This is kind of important. Just make sure it's set to true. I believe it is by default. If the teleport destination is unsafe, should players be blah, 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 blah. Read it. All right. Again, important. Teleport cooldowns. So, the delay in seconds required between /home/TP. This will be what it, after you issue these commands, this will be how long it takes before you can issue those commands again. That'll apply to your default players, so just set that as needed. I'd recommend setting one up, but maybe not having it be crazy long, if that makes sense. Delay. This will be the delay in seconds before a user teleports, so if I issue those commands, it'll make me wait, say, 5 seconds to teleport, so I can't move, can't get attacked. Pretty helpful if you have PvP on your server, or you're just doing some sort of survival where you don't want people to be able to teleport away from danger immediately. Heal cooldown does what it says. OP, basically. You're not going to need that. Keep going down here. I know I'm going by a lot of stuff, but you just got to read some of this. It's not all that important. Very helpful though, if you need it. That's why we download Essentials. Player commands, you're probably not going to use this. You can. I mean, it's effective, it's simple, it's easy to use. This is how you'd set up permissions if you didn't have something like luck perms or a group manager. Some things we'll go over in another video, but they're basically just for setting up specific permission access per user class, if that makes any sense at all. Keep going. Use bucket permissions. Default is true. So that'll give you bucket permissions as opposed to these. You don't want those. Let's keep going. Debug. If you have an issue, this is smart to set to true. It'll give you information in your console on startup that might help you diagnose what is wrong. So keep that in mind. If you take notes, I would write that down. Auto AFK. You're going to want to set this, oopsies. You're going to want to set this to more than 300, but still have it set. You don't want it unlimited. You don't want people AFKing on your server and just hanging out there forever, wasting server data for players who actually want to partake and enjoy the server. So I usually set that to like 900. What is 900? Like 7.5 minutes or something? I'm really bad at math. Auto AFK kick, probably just a little bit over 900, maybe 1100. You probably want to set it lower than that. You don't really want people AFKing in your server. It's not a good look. But yeah, a lot of these just have to do with AFK. Broadcast AFK message for anyone. Custom join message, custom quit message. When a player joins the server, you know, do you want it to say something? And when a player quits, obviously, do you want it to say something? Let's keep going down. Max fly speed, you don't want people to fly, so you might want to set that really low. Max walk speed, I wouldn't mess with that. Can be helpful if people are speed hacking, I suppose, but there's usually better plugins to deal with hackers. Delay MOTD, how much time do you want to pass before the MOTD displays when a player joins? Alright, and again, do read over all these, but I'm not going to go over each one unless we want to do like an hour video here. Homes is important, so this will allow you to set homes for players, how many they can set. So right now, what we have here is set home multiple. This is the permission node you'll have to assign to allow people to set multiple homes right here. essentials.setHome.multiple and then dot, you will add the number at the end. Or excuse me, you will add the rank. So I would want to add essentials.sethome.multiple.default, and that would give my default players access to 3 set homes. Now you can add these as needed. So VIP 1 has 4 set homes, and then, you know, swap that out accordingly. Essentials.sethome.multiple.VIP1. Pretty easy, but it's very helpful, and I'm not sure if that violates the EULA for donor perks, but I wouldn't get too crazy with giving out homes for real money. Kind of a bad look. Starting balance, this is just economy. You're gonna need Vault for this. Vault's a super plug and play just plugin that manages your entire economy. I'll leave a link in the description, but yeah, download Vault to make this work. Starting balance, I guess we'll give our players 100. Currency, symbol, you can use pretty much anything. If you want it to be a little stack of coins, you can even do that. You'll just have to look that up online for the proper emoji. I will do a star, just so I can show you that it changed. Min money, all this stuff, just, again, read over it. Help, players need that. All right, now another important one, EssentialsX chat. This is how people's default names will show up. So just default is going to show up as white name, white message, I believe. I have my server turned off, so I can't look at that. But in retrospect, not my best choice. But anyways, so you can add color codes to these. Say we wanted it to be light purple, or not light purple, I guess. Just dark purple. We want their display names to be dark purple. We toss that right on the outside here. Anywhere outside this bracket will do. And you want that to reset and change the message color. Then you just add the E. It's really that easy. This will be purple. This will be yellow. Save that. Just some, if you did install Essentials Protect, here's some options, but again, these are much more easy to configure through something like WorldGuard and WorldEdit. And we are getting so close to the end. EssentialsX anti-build, no. Here's some more important things. Newbies. So when somebody first joins the server, this is the message it'll give. As you can see, they use color codes. Kind of the same thing we were doing over there. Yeah, so they have access to kit tools, or actually, excuse me, this command node here would give them kit tools upon join. And that's it. We're done with the config. So that's saved for me. I'm gonna exit out of this, get out of there, open up my SFTP manager, and after having saved the config.yml, I'm gonna drag that back in. And let's hope those changes applied. I'm gonna restart the server and we will see. Good habit to get into when you're restarting your server and adding new things, new plugins. Be on the lookout for errors, I guess. Warning messages, not such a big deal. I have a few of them, but errors are usually a bigger deal. You'll see a couple here for, yep, Ultra Customizer. But yeah, everything seems to be loading properly. It finished in 12 seconds. And there's a warning message, whatever. So let's get back into our server here and join up, see what it says. All right, so as you can see, that MOTD we added is there. Let's talk. And there you go. My name is Dark Red because I'm an operator. If I de-op myself, it should show up as purple, just like we said it. Operator is Dark Red. and the text is yellow. Now, when you are an operator, I'll go back, operate myself, OP myself. You can now do something like set spawn. Now, every time somebody joins as group default, they will go to spawn. When they issue this command, they will go to spawn. And yeah, I believe I set up those cooldowns as well, or I set up one of them at least, so I'll deop myself. Deop, might be, and spawn. Yep, there you go. 5-second delay. Don't move. Now, in future videos, we will actually go over how to like change the colors here, make it customized for your server, so you have a little server message in front of everything. As you can see, I don't have access to help. That is because we need to add a permissions and ranking plugin. Something like luck perms, permissions X, that's an old one. Yeah, something like that. So we'll go over that in another video, but for now, thanks for watching, and I really appreciate you guys.